Throughout my developer journey, I've only published 4 complete Roblox games, those being a car game and a realistic game where that had some questionable design choices. So when 2026 came around, I knew something had to change. To make a game, we needed a game idea. So after countless nights of studying the algorithm, I thought up the most peak masterpiece, I'm making a cooking game. Anyways, second thing we have to do is plan. So I hopped into Trello and I planned some stuff. As you can see here, there are a lot of things we have to do, but for you guys, I'm going to simplify it and put it into 3 categories. Our first category is the restaurant. Our second category are the NPCs. The last main category we have to do is make a store. That's enough talking for me though, so let's start on making the game. Let's let Pass to me explain how does the camera work. I had an issue where the camera bugged whenever 2 areas overlapped like this. I fixed this by implementing priority systems. So since the restaurant priority is 1, whoever gets the number who has the least amount of value gets the camera. Way to go, Pass me. You just have to do a little bit more to finish the game. Let's take a step forward and start working on the interaction system. After some intense scripting, I cooked up a very modular interaction system. And this is our result. I would show you the original audio, but it kind of sounds like this. On the day of recording that, it was the 18th of December, and snow hasn't even fallen yet. Keep that in mind for later on in the video. Anyways, our modular system contains 2 things right now, a pickup and a drop system. We can branch this out into different categories by changing the object's attribute called object group. If the object group is called counter and it has an item inside of it, then you can pick it up. But if it's called furniture, then you can pick it up automatically. With that being said, our whole restaurant is basically complete. All I have to do is make some different object item tags, like minigames for stuff like chopping your ingredients, and a dishwasher for washing your dishes. The next thing we should probably do is improve the map, because this is not going to cut it. Okay, this should be good for now. It's not the best, but it could be easily changed without much effort. Now it's time to make the most hardest part of the game, the NPCs. An NPC system is on most of the games on Roblox now. You can see them in Steal a Brain Rot, Grow a Garden, and mostly anything with toggleable characters. But when it comes to make a pathfinding NPC, it gets pretty hard. Say if I was an NPC and I was trying to get to this cube over here on the other side of the wall. My NPC has to get to the cube, but it doesn't know there's a wall there, so it'll just continue going straight. You can see this in games if their NPC system isn't the best. Now let's say our NPC somehow detects there's a wall there. He has to pathfind around it. So we can either go right or left. So say our NPC goes left, he'll get to the cube and he has fulfilled his duty. It's always good to make sure that your NPC has a emergency stop function so they just don't go around in circles. What I did is if he couldn't find a path in more than 100 steps, then he would just tween to the place he needed to go. All of that being easier said than done. But I persevered and I got a pretty decent system down. It only took 2 to 3 hours, which I expected much more of my time to be wasted. While I was at it, I made a table grouping system, so a table can be grouped with multiple amount of chairs and you can remove it by being in build mode. After way too long, I finally started to make the models, and the first model I started to make was a carrot. But that itself had its issues. You better be kidding me. My carrot! My carrot's gone! My carrot! After that, I just stole a carrot off of some 3D page. I picked a low poly one because I didn't want to have one that had like a trillion triangles. And after implementing it in-game, it didn't look that bad. Oh, this is the cutting system I made. I would show me making it, but this is literally the only video I have of me making it. All you do in the cutting game is a mini bar moves across side to side, and you're trying to hit an area on a bigger bar, if that makes any sense. As much as I would love to sit here and teach you guys about everything I made, I fear it might take a little bit too long, so we're gonna speed up the pace. I hopped back into Blender, my worst enemy, and I made a bowl model. Then, in Roblox Studios, I resized the bowl into two different bowls, a small and a big bowl. I made a mini game to fill up the bigger bowl, and the mini bowl is meant for ingredients. After you have a bowl of water and a bowl of ingredients, you can put the bowl of ingredients inside of the bowl of water, and depending on what your ingredient is, the bowl of water will turn into the primary color of the ingredients. I then made a fridge system and a stove system. And with that, the restaurant is entirely done. We have done 2 out of 3 things we need to do to complete this game, and all we have to do left is the store. Whew, all that talking is really causing a storm in my mouth. Speaking about a storm, let me tell you about the story. Remember when I told you to remember how it hadn't snowed once in winter? Nice, now we're gonna flash forward to spring, and a huge snowstorm hits. Let's imagine this snail is my ram, and my foot is a snowstorm. So basically, a snowstorm came over, and now I'm only down to 8 gigs of DDR4. So if you want to help me out, please considering subscribing and liking, because it helps me a lot, and I'm literally an unemployed bum sitting on his computer all day. Moving on, the only thing we're missing now is the store. So you see this empty spot? Bippity bam, bippity boom, and now there's a store. I totally did not just cut a couple of hours of my life. For starters, let me give you a quick rundown of how our store works. Over here, we can pick up this little square, which represents our basket, and this big rectangle thing represents our tomato bin. So you can click it and you get tomatoes, and on the right is our shopping GUI. So you can see we have 7 tomatoes, and if we click that red button, it brings our tomato count down. After all that, we can place our bin into the counter for the NPC, for the cashier, and we can talk to him. The first option will always be the one you need, and if you have enough funds, you can pay for your items. With all that being said, it might not look like it now, but our game is completely finished. We just have to add the map and some decorations, which will be shown by a 15-second montage. While this montage is happening, I would just like to say if you guys have any ideas in the future that I can make, I would gladly be accepting some. As this montage is ending, I'm going to teach you and my mom how to play the game. So you have these customers who come in, and they're going to order, and we got this. So when it does this, Sabi, and this is like a mini game, and if you fail it, so like if I don't hit it in this, I failed it, and then I have to do it again. Now I have to cook the chicken. So now I've cooked cut chicken. That's our first ingredient. And we want to hit the green. So whenever you hit the green, it turns green. Over here, and we're gonna get our basket. And this is like a shopping list. So we can like get some carrots, get some chicken. No problem, Albie. And we pay. And that's it. And that was it. I made a 3rd playable game ever. Now, this doesn't mean I'm done with the game forever. The game isn't fully complete, and I still have to polish some things up so actual players can play it. But I did let my friends play it, so I'm gonna roll those clips. But this is the last time you're gonna hear it from me, so thank you guys for watching. If you stayed through the video this long, there probably is a point of subscribing, and please do, because I am in desperate need of another RAM stick, because I am severely broke. Anyways, I love you guys, and Vanilla out.